People keep asking me, when is the real estate market going to crash? Well, I don't have an answer for you. And as a matter of fact, I don't think it's going to crash. I'm Eric Engelbert with Orange County Real Estate, and today's January 30th. We're going to take a look at the real estate statistics for the last 7 days here in Orange County. And we're going to look at a couple key stats in the United States as well. We like to look at the U.S. because we think that'll be preemptive of what could happen here in Orange County. But we also feel like Orange County is in a little bit of a bubble. Based on history, Orange County doesn't have the extreme highs and the extreme lows that the surrounding areas can have. But we still want to know what's happening in the U.S. All right, let's jump right into the stats. And the first page is our inventory page. And as you can see, the first two lines are inventory is shrinking. So in Orange County, inventory is 2,551. That's down from last week. And then in the United States, inventory is also down. So my theory about this being the spring market probably squashed a little bit, where I was expecting an uptick in inventory. We did have an uptick in buyer demand, pendings, and properties that went under contract and pending. They accepted an offer, went into escrow. That has gone up quite a bit here in Orange County and also in the United States. We saw an uptick in the US as well. I think it was a 6% increase from the week before in the United States. So that's telling me that buyer demand is up. For some reason, they're coming out and writing offers. And getting offers accepted. You know, the end of the quarter last year, people were very uneasy, very uncertain. There was tons of volatility with interest rates. But in the last 30 days, we've had some positive economic data, and interest rates have become less volatile. And I think that's given some buyers some confidence, and they're out there writing offers. All right, the next line is the new listings in the last 7 days. That's basically unchanged, 414. And total closings in the last 7 days, that's 248, basically unchanged. So I was saying that I was hoping inventory to increase, because I feel like in Orange County, our spring market starts well before the spring, but it didn't happen this week. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully it comes next week. But you know, we do have the Super Bowl, and that affects all kinds of markets, not just the real estate market. So, you know, we should definitely see an increase in inventory after the Super Bowl, but I'm hoping that it happens before that. So we'll keep an eye on what happens next week. All right, the next slide is our days on market slide. Pretty much unchanged here. Nothing stands out. Over 2 million went down by 5 days. So the demand has increased there, and under 1 million, it dropped just by a couple of days, but everywhere else pretty much the same. We have good numbers here. Average days on market 70, median days on market 52. Those are good numbers, good demand there. If it gets over 100, you know, that's when we start thinking like, okay, there's, you know, no buyers out there, but we haven't been over 100 in multiple years here. So here in Orange County, the demand has been high for 10 years. So no big change there. All right, the next slide is our key stats slide, and just the median list price for single family homes went up slightly to almost 1.5 million. The median condo list price changed downward slightly. Sold price versus list price changed 3.2%. So this tells buyers that sellers are negotiating, and it tells sellers that buyers are expecting a little bit of a discount off of the list price. And they're seeing that discount either in the price, or maybe asking the seller to purchase, to spend some money to buy down their interest rate. But some way, there's some negotiations going on. All right, the next line, there's a typo there. OC immediate sales was not 7.2%. So these are homes that accepted an offer in the first 2 days. This has stayed the same. It's actually 3.5%. So no change there. But we are still seeing immediate sales. This has been pretty steady around 3%, you know, 2 to 3% for this year. Nothing crazy there. Nothing crazy. And what I mean by crazy is, like, during the pandemic, this was 25% of homes were accepting an offer in the first 2 days. That was crazy. Buyer competition, we remember that. It's not those days going on. All right, price reductions in the United States has dropped, and here in Orange County has dropped. So homes that have a price reduction is starting to come down. And that's, of course, because in the first slide we had increased buyer demand and inventory dropping. So homes are holding their value at the moment, and sellers are holding their prices pretty steady at the moment as well. Although once they go into contract, or they're accepting offers, there's a little bit of negotiating going on there, and they're ultimately selling for less than the list price. But they're not lowering their price beforehand to attract new buyers, because the buyers have come out and there's just still not a lot of inventory. All right, the next slide is just data in Costa Mesa for single family homes. The average list price dropped a little bit to 1.575. Average days on market stayed the same. Price reductions, homes with price reductions jumped up to 39% in Costa Mesa. And relisted is 18%, stayed the same. We've had a couple new listings in Costa Mesa for single family homes. We're up to 38. So out of 38 homes, so this is a small little sample here, just one little pocket of the county, and we're just looking at the single family homes in Costa Mesa, seeing if there's any dramatic changes. And out of 38, no major dramatic changes, price reductions. That could have been just, 3 houses or 4 houses that did a price reduction. All right, let's jump to the next slide. Condos, again, no major change here, slightly up on the average list price. Days on market actually did go up. Now, that is surprising. Days on market is increasing in this area, and that's surprising because this price point under $1 million is usually has the most demand here in Orange County, because there's just not a lot of properties that are under $1 million. There's not a lot here in Orange County as well, even, condos and townhomes. So we usually see the days on market here and the demand for this, the days on market much lower, which with the higher demand. So we're going to keep an eye on this. I expect that to probably turn around over the next 2 weeks. A lot of those will probably get sold, and we'll have new listings come up. So that average days on market will go way down, probably into the 40s, which will be a big swing. So we'll keep an eye on that over the next couple of weeks. All right, price reductions in Costa Mesa on condos and townhomes, 28%, relisted 4%, total inventory 23%. So again, a small sample size here. We don't have a lot for sale in this area. So that's all the data for today. I think this data is important if you're out there trying to buy or if you're trying to sell. It tells you what to expect. If you're targeting a specific area, or a very specific neighborhood, I can get you the data for that neighborhood, even based off the last 4 years. Really, we'll compare it over the year, 2 years, but the last 6 months is the data that matters, because that's when we've had so much volatility in the market and in the world. So that was affecting the real estate market. We want to base our prices off of the last 6 months, not off of the last 2 years when we had, huge buyer demand and huge buyer competition. Okay, so if you're looking to sell in a specific area, please reach out. You can call or text. I will get you the data for your neighborhood. It's nice to make informed decisions. It's interesting, so many neighborhoods, there's some houses that are still sitting for sale that have been listed for 180 days. I mean, that's really a long time. And then a house 4 doors down sold in 20 days. What's the difference? When we look at the data, we can pinpoint what the difference is. I mean, it's not just price, but price is the biggest factor, of course, but how that house was presented, what it looked like in any of the marketing materials, all that stuff matters, all that stuff makes a difference. So we'll help you pinpoint what was going on with the house in your neighborhood that is still listed for sale after 6 months, and then compare that to the ones that sold in 20 days or even less. All right, thanks for watching. I'm Eric Engelbert. Have a great week.